Turnbull was exposed to many interesting experiences with the bambuti. One interesting experience was related to arting. This is a term coined by an American civil rights worker in the 1960s. What happened was that Turnbull would be introduced to a very special trumpet that the bambuti used for various rituals. He probably had already learned about what is called the Malimo trumpet while he worked in New York. This trumpet was supposed to be a beautifully carved wooden instrument. When Colin had gained the trust of the Pygmies, he was allowed to see this sacred trumpet. It is said that outsiders are not allowed to see the Malimo. It's also said that women aren't allowed to see the trumpet, but they do. So the day comes for Colin to see the sacred trumpet. He's excited. Maybe he feels that this will be quite the feather in his cap, and he can take a trumpet back to the museum. Anyway, Turnbull is trying to follow the Pygmies through the rainforest. Poor Colin, who is about 6 feet tall, he keeps hitting his head on all the low-lying trees in the rainforest, while the Pygmies are in the 4 to 6 feet range in height. They finally reach the stream, where they keep the trumpet when it is sleeping. The Pygmies enter the stream and bring out the trumpet. Colin is shocked and flabbergasted. The trumpet, instead of being a beautifully carved wooden instrument, turned out to be an old rusted drain pipe left behind by a construction crew. They look at Colin's shocked expression and blow into the trumpet to make a raucous sound, like the sound of a person with a stomach upset. Then they laugh. They tend to laugh a great deal and state what it says on the slide. Take a minute to read what it says. After Turnbull heard the tribe's explanation, he probably remembered a concept he learned in graduate school, that concept being arting, art in process. This goes against the French notion of art for the sake of art. This refers to the notion of art in the context of creating the art form, or art in the process of ritual. In this context, the importance of the Malimo trumpet is the role its sound plays in keeping the forest awake and happy. Its significance is not the money it can garner in an art auction. You could think of this concept of arting in the role of African masks in ritual also, even though they can be seen in display at the Heard Museum. On this slide is pictured Tibetan monks creating a sand mandala. This is a beautiful creation, but guess what happens to this creation after it is completed? I bet some of you guessed that it is destroyed. I'll explain this further when we get to Buddhism. Also on this slide is a Navajo creating a sand painting. The creation of such paintings have religious and healing significance. These paintings are also destroyed after they are utilized in ritual. It's the process, not the finished product.